Should look professional.
Should be ready.
No, it's fine.
Perfect. Okay. I don't have to push any buttons, right?
Just hold it there so you can
Alright.
see me. Alright. Well, konnichiwa. My name is Dan Giddings, and since the dawn of big business, one of the biggest questions that each business has to ask itself is how can we save our business money? And I'm going to tell you what I can do to help you and your company achieve that goal. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you how bringing your company over to the U.S. and particularly here in Midland, Michigan can save your company not only time but the money. A lot of it in the shipping cost and things like that. First of all, one of the biggest expenses, as I said, is shipping, especially when you're shipping overseas from Japan. There's a lot of 6,000 miles or more that a barge has to cross over an ocean. That cost can get out of hand real quick. Now, for that same amount that it costs to ship those products overseas, you could be having a plant here in the U.S. and cut those costs in half while also increasing your profits. By getting rid of those barges. Excuse me. By getting rid of those barges from going overseas, you're not only dropping the cost of just the amount to ship on the fuel and the cost related in that, but there's also just the cost of having that boat, the containers that you have on it, paying the crew that's included in that. All those are costs that you don't really think about when you're paying that bill, but every time you add another container or add another crew member, that cost increases just a little bit more. And like I said, it doesn't take long to get carried away. While saving all that money is also a great thing, being that those shipping costs are real high nowadays. There's also been a big risk lately with those ships on a lot of pirate attacks lately. Those ships can get taken over. A lot of their crews can be hostages for a very long time, and that could actually end up costing the company a lot of money as well, because it can be millions of dollars to get the crew, any cargo that might be left, any of that back, and shipping out again. So that's another one of those high risk costs that are out there right now that everybody needs to think about. Secondly, you wouldn't just be saving money; you could be making a lot more as well. Moving to Midland will not only make it easier and quicker to get your products to the customer by shortening up that shipping from overseas. We got a lot. Railroads are a lot quicker, a lot cheaper nowadays with the price of gas and fuel and everything. Got lots of highways interconnecting between the states and from one side of the country to the other, so it's real easy to ship those to and from where you want to go. But there's also, moving to Midland would also make it a lot more of a customer base. Not only would you have the customers that you already currently have, you'd be able to get that product out to a lot more people. Being that there's a lot of people who won't know what your product is or where you're selling it. Media is very helpful in that area. Commercials have become a big part of our life, and TV ads and everything like that. So it makes it very easy to get your name out, get your products out, so everybody knows what you have. Now, with this new market, you would not only come increased sales, but it could also open the door to having a lot more products to sell. You'd be able to increase your product lines, be able to add additional products and services to also help increase those sales increase the sales and bring those products to your customer. Now, in conclusion, like I said, there was a lot of ways and a lot of cost incurred while running a business. The biggest of which can be the large cost of sending those products overseas. Like I said, 6,000 miles across the ocean can end up being a lot of money and a lot of time for your company. Now, moving your company from Japan over to the U.S. would cut those costs down to a fraction of what they would be. You'd be eliminating all that time from going overseas to over to here. And then not only do you have to worry about getting them over to the U.S., then you need some kind of trucking or railroad to get them where you want to go. So just by cutting out that barge, you're saving, probably half of what your costs are originally. there's a whole new customer base that's ready and waiting for your products and your services. All you have to do is bring that to them. And by bringing a company over to Midland would be the best way to do that. We have a lot of great workers that are looking for jobs right now that would be more than happy to help you with that goal. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope to see everybody in my town soon. Thank you. Here.
Okay, smile again. We're still here.
Now you can wave if you want. Oh.
Good job.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.